Just because certain doors are closing in your life doesn't mean that there aren't new chapters and new beginnings. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Chai Guidance, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Now, disclaimer, there is no right or wrong way to heal yourself, so always take what resonates and leave the rest. And most importantly, be prepared to get your pen and your paper and be prepared to take notes. With that being said, nothing and nobody is going to live and last for life forever. So you have to realize that you are an individual, you have your own life to live, and a lot of times it's not personal. Like a lot of times when we are unaware of ourselves and we're not intentional, or maybe we just don't feel confident in ourselves, a lot of times we are so quick to get mad and frustrated and upset with ourselves and the people and the places and things who are in our life, whether it was for a long period amount of time or a short period amount of time where it was installed confusion, confliction, corruption. And this doesn't mean that your feelings are invalid and what has happened to you was not real. But speaking from experience, once you realize that certain people come into your life for a reason, you won't continue to experience the same energy or the same people or walk in the same directions in the same cycles and on the same path. But until you realize why you're in their life, because at the end of the day, all you could do is be responsible for yourself, you're constantly going to attract those things. Now, of course, when you're minding your business, when you're a loving and genuine person, this doesn't mean that you deserve to be mistreated. This doesn't mean that you deserve to be abused and taken advantage of. Of course not. But a lot of times when you are a genuine person and you're aware of yourself and you mean well, you may have to learn that everybody in your life may not feel that way, and that is okay. Speaking from experience, once you realize who you are, what you want to do in this life, how you want to operate, you have to pull back your energy. You have to cut off certain people, places, and things. Certain people are going to be removed out of your life, whether they physically pass away or you guys just outgrow each other. You have to realize in life, you are either going to grow together or you guys are going to grow apart, because eventually at the end of the day has to end. You have to realize that you're not losing anything if these people and these places and things didn't pour into you. You're not losing materials and jobs and items if they did not make you happy, like based off of genuine fulfillment, not off of satisfaction, not off to something that's temporary and quick. You have to realize that because nobody is going to be in your life forever, you have to work on your attachment issues. You have to confront the abandonment issues. You have to work on the neglection that you feel. And a lot of times people are like, well, if I'm such this person and I wouldn't treat people like this, or I can't believe this and this and that, you still have a lot of learning to do. We all do. All of us have to figure out what we want to do in our life, and we don't have to rush our lives. We don't have to compare our lives. And most importantly, we can't also listen to everybody tell us about our lives. Because at the end of the day, if people are not walking in the direction that you want to be in, you don't need to listen to them. You don't need to continue to overextend yourself. Like, if certain people are not willing to meet you where you are, if they're not willing to be patient, if they're not willing to show up for you in ways that you show up for yourself, you don't need to be in a relationship. It's not personal. People getting upset because you don't want to be associated with them, that's on them. Because it's just like, if you're like me, you have a certain level of respect for yourself. So it's like, even when you have disagreements with people, even when you have differences with people, you're not going to intentionally go out your way to sabotage people or hurt and harm people or try to mislead people or confuse people or even converse with people to be argumentative, to be defensive, to always be right. Like, conversations are not about being right or wrong. Conversations are about respect and understanding. But it's like, if you're not mutually on the same page with something or somebody, it's not going to work. And the best thing you can do is just realize what insecurities that you have, what doubts that you have, what fears that you have. So therefore, when certain people are removed out of your life, you're not begging them to stay. You're not going back and forth with them. You're not feeling the need to prove yourself. Like, me personally, I thank God that I lost a lot of people in my life in my early 20s. Like, that's, just the truth, because it's just like, those people did not mean me any well. It's not everybody. Like, there are some genuine people that I've encountered in my life. But then again, there are two sides to a coin. We're talking about the negativity because we transmute into positivity. A lot of people weren't. So it's just like, I personally like I said, never got that close to these people in the first place. So I'm very grateful. I'm very fortunate. I know a lot of people are not that privileged or that aware of themselves. So it wasn't a loss for me because I know at the end of the day, I was a good friend. I was a good person. If I was wrong, I apologize. I've learned from certain things that I did. And like I said, I never went in any relationship or any environment trying to be superior, trying to humble anybody, trying to bring anybody down. Like, it's just not in my characters to do those things. So I didn't lose anybody. The only people that I've lost in my life that are no longer in my life are my cousin and my dad, because they both passed away. Other than those two people are going to come and go. People are going to come and go, and you have to realize that everything is not a loss. And it's just like, even if you did care about people, this doesn't mean that, let me not lie, I didn't really care about a lot of people. Like, I tolerated a lot of people, and that's going to be a different topic within itself. I tolerated a lot of people because I had to be in these environments, not because I chose to. Okay, like I said, we're going to spill the tea in a second. So it's just like, I personally didn't feel any type of way. But if you do care about people and they're no longer in your life, just accept the relationship for what it was. There's no reason to be holding on to people. There's no reason to, like, search people up, ask about people. Like, I'm the type of person, if you don't see me with these people, we're not even going to bring it up. We're not even going to address it. Like, it's nothing to be said. Like, a lot of times I've been so speechless because, like I said, some people, they betray you, they backstab you, they're fake, whatever it is. And then some people, you just grow apart because you guys have two different purposes. You guys just have two different lives. And it's like, honestly, I don't lose sleep, and you shouldn't lose sleep, like I said, if you know you're a good person. Now, if you're out here doing terrible things to people, if you're out here sabotaging people, you're gonna experience guilt. You're gonna feel uncomfortable. You're gonna feel the need to keep up on people. Like, I've had people try to spin the block, and it's just like, you're blocked in real life. Like, I will walk past you like I never knew you. Like, you are dead. And you have to realize that a lot of times you mentally have to have funerals for certain people, places, and things. Especially if, like I said, you know how you carry yourself. Now, if you carry yourself and you love people and you guys just grew apart, you don't have to dwell on it. Like, take the good that you had from these relationships and these connectionships and learn from them. So therefore, like I said, moving forward, you're not self-sabotaging experiences. Like, imagine if I was to continue to have the same mindset at 20 years old that I do at 28 when it comes to friends. I wouldn't, be able to flourish. I wouldn't be able to trust people. Not everyone is out to get you. Now, of course, everyone's not your friend. Use your discernment. Take what resonates, leave the rest. We say that all the time. But it's just like, who genuinely has your best interest, because you have to have your best interests. If you don't have your best interest for yourself, you can't discern who really wants to be around you because they want to get to know you. Not because you could do certain things for them. Not because you look good. Not because you could cook and clean. Like, these are basic, basic essentials when it comes to life. And essentials, the word is necessities. These are the basic necessities when it comes to life. And it's just like, if you guys were in an environment and, like I said, you meant well, this doesn't mean we're not perfect. This doesn't mean that we don't have learning and growing to do. But if you're able to honestly be honest with yourself, a win is a win. Not just that, everyone can't go with you as you continue to elevate, because some people are not going to be compatible with you anymore. So a lot of times you're going to outgrow your family member. You're going to outgrow your friends. You're going to outgrow even sometimes your spouse, business partners, because it's like, the more you change, the more you evolve, so is your reality. And it's just like, anybody who wants to be a part of the program, they have to put in the work. Like, it is what it is. You're allowed to have high standards, especially when you afford them and you create them. Like, people getting upset because, oh, you changed or you're not who you used to be. Duh. Like, you should want to continue to grow. Like, you shouldn't be the same person you were if it's not healthy, at least. Like, it's nothing wrong with having the same attitude and the mindset and morals, beliefs, if it was, helping you be you. But it's just like, if you used to be around certain people, or if you do certain things and they're like, you can't use information against you. And I'm not going to make that into this video, but like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves is people like, oh, people are going to try to use information against you. How are you going to use information against me and I'm the one who told you? You do realize when you tell people stuff, it's no longer a secret. But anyways, like I said, like, people don't think, okay? People do not even think, you guys. So it's just like, You don't have time to be worried about certain people and places and things who you're meant to just outgrow. It is what it is. And it's just like I said, if people loved you and they cared about you and they respected you, they're not going to be mad at you. Like, nobody should be mad at you because you're improving your life. If people are upset with you because you're improving your life, they were haters. And like I said, there's a lot of tea, a lot of story times I could come on here and yap about. Okay, let's be for real. Like, how are you gonna be mad because somebody wants to take care of themselves and do better? You never wanted that person to do well. You have to realize that too. Like, so if you experience betrayal from family, friends, whoever, like, these people don't mean any well. So it's like, you can live your life without them. And even the relationships that were good, because not every relationship that you experience is bad. And you know that. And that's what you have to focus on. Like, you have to know that you had some times in your life where they were good. Now, how long they lasted for, that's your business. Okay? But it's just like, if you want to continue to be in that vibration, if you want to continue to be in that vibe with good people, you have to know who's good and who's not good. And it's just like relationships and just anything in life, it has to be mutual. Like, a lot of times we don't receive certain things because we still have learning and evolving and growing to do. And I'm a part of the collective. I watch my videos, you guys. I take my own advice. You have a lot of people who give advice. They don't follow it, and it shows. But like I said, we're here to keep it cute, okay? So it's just like, don't be afraid to lose people. And if you feel like you're afraid to lose people, or you feel like you're having a hard time letting go of certain people, places, and things, just ask yourself, how did it make you feel? That boy, that girl, that family member, your pet, hopefully not your pet, because that's, anyways, we're going to keep the pets out of this. We're going to keep the animals out of this. But like, just ask yourself, how did that coworker make you feel? How did that boss make you feel? How did that family member make you feel? Did they make you feel safe? Did they make you feel seen? Or did you have to walk around in eggshells? Or you couldn't say what you wanted to say because now it's an argument, or they just are egotistical, or, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, if like me personally, if I can't genuinely say exactly what's on my mind, we don't need to have a conversation. And I'm okay with that. And you have to realize that not everyone is going to want to converse with you, because everyone is not always going to be compatible with you, because it's just life. It's not rejection. Like I said, I thank God. I really do every day. I thank God, I thank my ancestors, I thank the universe, including myself, because it's just like, I understand why I was in certain people's life, and I understand why they were in my life. But I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, like, like, once again, when you spend your time, your energy, and your effort, and your finances, once again, it does make you feel some type of way. But it's just like, the longer you stay attached to what was, the more difficult and the more frustrated you're going to be. And when you don't talk about how you feel, when you don't go to therapy, when you don't book a service in a session with me, your favorite mental health specialist, when you don't have a guidance counselor, if you're not journaling, if you're not meditating, if you're not praying, go to God, answers the universe, if you're not like actively acknowledging how you feel, it's going to be an issue. And at the end of the day, the people and the places and things, whether they were right or wrong, I promise you they're going to continue to live their life. A lot of them do feel guilty, but honestly, we shouldn't even be focused on that, because at the end of the day, like, they don't have authority or control over your life. But it's just like, for your own sanity and for your mental health, it's just best to realize that things are going to come to an end. And it's not even just relationships. It could be opportunities. It could be jobs. Like, there is an end. There is a beginning, the middle, the end. Look at your life as a book. Look at your life as a movie. So I'm going to give you 3 recommendations, and then I'm going to end off the video. So the first recommendation, in order for you to genuinely let go of what was once familiar, whether it's a people, place, or a thing, is to accept what it was. Accept it. Like, whether it was good or bad, the ups or the downs. Shout out to Destiny Childs. Let me cater to you. Like, acknowledge that you were in a relationship. Acknowledge that you spent money. Acknowledge that you felt some type of way. Acknowledge that you did this or that. Because if you don't, you're going to deny yourself. You're going to do yourself a disservice by trying to invalidate what once was, because you cared. And I know from experience, when we care, a lot of times, it's nothing wrong with that, but it's only an issue when you care about things that are hurting you and harming you, and they don't care about you. Like, it's nothing wrong with love and affection and being nice and kind. Like, anybody who disagrees with that, stay away from me. But it's an issue when you care more than other people. Because at the end of the day, you're the only person who's gonna be like, dang, I wasted my time, my energy, my effort. And you end up becoming resentful. You end up becoming bitter, and you end up becoming like the people who did the things they did to you, like I said, negative or positive. So it's just like, you have to accept the fact that you cared. A lot of people try to act like robots. A lot of people try to act like they don't have feelings, especially if you claim to be like intuitive. Like, everybody has emotions. Men, women, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Hagen, like, everybody feels. Now, does everybody process their emotions the same way? Does everyone internalize their feelings the same way? Absolutely not. Are they going to? No, but it's just like, everybody does feel. And the people who don't, like I said, acknowledge how they feel, they end up being like cold. And me personally, I don't want to be around people like that. Like, it's unhealthy. It is what it is. It's very unhealthy. It's not nothing cute or stable about it. So it's just like, acknowledge that you care and talk about what you felt. So the best thing and the best way for you to do this is to get a journal, to have a conversation out loud with yourself, God, ancestors, universe. You know what you need to do. Okay, you could book a services session with me, seek some type of therapist, right? Or like, whenever you have the chance, just talk about what you felt. Talk about what you felt, good and bad. You could write it down in the journal, like I said, verbally, say it out loud, confide in someone, go to God. You know what to do, but it's just like, acknowledge it. So like, for example, and I'll give you guys a real life example. With my cousin, I felt like when I was around him, and like when he was alive for the time that he was, I felt, cool. Like, my cousin, he was cool. Like when I would go visit my aunt, we would hang out. Like, I felt related to him. Not related to him because obviously we're like cousins, but like, he had a relatability type of energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could dress nice. He was handsome. Just, like, just good energy. Or same thing with my dad. Like, my dad, now that I'm getting older, I realized that we had like a cool relationship. Like, that was my dad. My dad was in my life. Like, this doesn't mean that these people are perfect, but like, my dad was a good dad for me, at least. Was he perfect? No. But it's just like, I had a good relationship with my dad, and it's just like, just valuing the times that we were good. Like, my dad genuinely took the time to discipline me. He cared about me. He loved me. He poured into me. He did what he could for the time he was here. Like, just acknowledge how you feel. So therefore, it's just like, okay, like, it doesn't mean, like I said, your feelings have to be invalidated, or, the times that you had weren't real, but it's just like being okay with it. Because it's like, if you don't learn to be okay with it, it's going to drive you insane. Even the people who sabotage you, even the people that, that were trying to, like, they just were so inspired by you. Like, I've met a lot of people, who are inspired by you, and it's not a bad thing, but they're the ones who are egotistical and, like I said, I'm keep it cute. But even talk about that. Talk about the times, people thought they could come into your life and just be such a fan and, think they're going to do your big one. Like, I could talk about the times where I was in, like I said, certain situations and circumstances with, like, coworkers and environments, where they did the most. And it's just like, they only did that because obviously they're just, so infatuated with your favorite mental health specialist. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna keep it cute for now. But it's just like, acknowledge how you feel. Like, acknowledge what they did. Acknowledge how you feel. Your family members, like, them talking about me behind my back, like, that's where they're supposed to be. Like I said, I'm not taking none of this personal, because at the end of the day, in order for me to care, I actually have to like you. Like, I'm the type person, it's so easy for me to be like, I love everybody because I love myself and I love God. If you know, you know. But I don't like everybody. I don't like everything. And once you realize that it's okay to not be liked, as long as you love God and you love yourself, if you believe in those things, it is what it is. People are going to say and do certain things. You don't always have to agree with it. That's why I always tell you guys, take what resonates, leave the rest. Even when it comes to negativity, like, people who say negative stuff to me, like, nobody says it to my face, most importantly, but like, when people say negative stuff, like I said, when people talk about you behind your back, you don't have the balls, you don't have the courage to say it to my face. So I don't even respect you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to internalize insecurities when you're not insecure. Like, men and women, okay, you guys? So it's just like, number one, acknowledge how you feel. Number two, accept that you spent time, energy, and effort. And number three, just reflect. Learn to reflect. Like, learn to grieve. Like, I don't know why people think that you cannot grieve. Like, if you don't grieve, if you don't take time for yourself, it's gonna bother you. And it's gonna bother you until you get to a point where your time is going to be up and you're just going to live in regret, and that's what we don't want to do. So if you guys have questions, comments, concerns about this video, and you guys want the tea, you want some story times, let me know, as well as what topics you guys want to talk about, or if this video resonates with you, specifically what you want to focus on or something that you want to address. Like, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. You watch the video all the way to the end, okay? This is a judge-free place, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're all grown people, regardless of your age and your race, etc. They, them, she, he, we, EFG, okay? And make sure you guys are following me on all social media platforms. All the information will be down in my description box below. If you're interested in the service in the session, you know what to do. Click the link in the description or head to my about section at www.tyguidancesummer.com. The energy, of course, is going to be more relaxed and confidential, of course, on YouTube and like on social media. As a motivational educator, as an naturopathic physician, I'm here to like make these videos entertaining and inspirational and motivational because it's educational content. But you know, I'm trying to make it entertaining because learning and healing, it's a lot, okay? I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace. Make sure you like, make sure you're commenting down below, and make sure you are subscribed.